Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Yahdini Naila Hidayati. So, welcome back again to my video. In my previous video, I started with telling a novel that I had read. So now, it's time to review the textbook I have read. I'm very excited because this is the first video review textbook for me. So, for any further ado, let's get started and enjoy my video. The title of the book I have read is Countdown to Non-Fiction Writing, Step-by-Step Approach to Writing Techniques for 7 to 12 Years. This is the cover of the book. This book have 129 pages and the author is Bowkett. Bowkett is a writer and hypnotherapist. He born and raised in South Wales. He writes children's fiction and poetry and wrote the 3 adult horror novels under the Bean Leash. In this book, there are 7 chapters. In the first chapter is non-fiction, truth and lies. The second is questioning skills. The third is evaluating information. The fourth is persuasive writing. Fifth is writing an argument, discourse writing. The sixth is writing to inform, and the last is putting it all together. So, I will explain the contents of each chapter in this book. Chapter 1, Non-Fiction, Truth and Lies. Chapter 1 has 12 sub-chapters. There are fiction or non-fiction, truth or lies, how can we tell it's non-fiction, what is a fact, what is an opinion, what is truth, fact, opinion and wisdom, how to be wizard, fact and opinion, tips, types, forms and styles, non-fiction, tips, types of non-fiction and types, form and styles. Chapter 1 starts from pages 5 to 27. In the first chapter, it contains a discussion or some tips so that children can understand the meaning of a word. Sometimes someone knows the meaning of the word but doesn't understand the meaning. In this chapter, there are also some notion of non-fiction. Next chapter, Chapter 2, Questioning Skills. Chapter 2 has 6 sub-chapters. There are BNOC, types of question, some principle of discovery learning, it's okay not to know, yes, but what does it mean? And the last, going after the meaning. Chapter 2 start from pages 29 to 48. In the chapter 2, it contains questioning skills where there are method or type of question that can be done by teacher. Of course, in this method, the author also provide tips by accompanying the advantage and disadvantage of each types. Then, in this chapter, the author also provides suggestions for activities that a teacher can do in this question skill. Next chapter, Chapter 3, Evaluating Information. Chapter 3 has 6 sub-chapters. There are how do we know, slippery meanings, how to be adapting Thomas, reading between the lines, slippery word and emotive language. Reading between the lines, slippery word and the last emotive language. Chapter 3 starts from pages 49 to 64. In the third chapter contains about how to get information. Because our life are surrounded by millions of information, but we shouldn't be deceived by the words contained in the information. This chapter shows that one must be careful about the meaning of each word. Next chapter, Chapter 4, Persuasive Writing. Chapter 4 has 4 chapters. There are language and feelings, language with feelings, punch, word, and hurry while stock lasts. Chapter 4 starts from pages 65 to 76. In the fourth chapter of this book, we have entered the writing method, one of which is persuasive writing. The author shows several steps on how to compose or make a non-fiction literature in order to make it easier when writing by recognizing several terms. There is an emotive language, punch words to how to use word using feeling. Next chapter, Chapter 5, Writing and Argument, Discursive Writing. Chapter 5 has 8 sub-chapters. There are "Oh, yes, it is," "Oh, no, it isn't," Argument Planner, Persuasive Argument, Does it follow, Not on Metaphors, Flashpoint, Assessing Arguments. In the fifth chapter, start from pages 77 to 102. The fifth chapter tells about writing on argument, where the purpose of writing this argument is to make the reader have an open mind. And the step in this chapter is to assign students to have different thoughts from others and to debate them about the arguments they have. In addition, this chapter contains the type of argument and how to apply them. Next chapter, Chapter 6, Writing to Inform. Chapter 6 has 6 sub-chapters. There are some tips, descriptive writing, a question of style, directions and instructions, recounting and reporting, and writing a letter. Chapter 6 starts from pages 103 to 122. The sixth chapter is about writing to provide information and shows some tips so that when writing, the explanations are written clearly and not long-winded. The authors also presents about various types of writing in which the writing aims to provide information. For example, there are descriptive writing, recount writing, report writing, and letter writing. The last chapter, Chapter 7, Putting It All Together. Chapter 7 has one subchapter. There is a map of ideas. This last chapter starts from pages 123 and 127. The last chapter of this book contains the author's argument about the book he has written. Regarding some of the tips they have given, they are not only giving opinions but also accompanied by several reviews. That's all the summary of the chapters in this book. So next, I would recommend this book for children or teachers who want to teach writing, because after reading this book, I also learned some tips for writing nonfiction, where many people say that writing nonfiction is more difficult than writing fiction. Also, the book structure allows a teacher to utilize module for self-study, as longer courses follow a countdown structure, or to enter books for individual lesson, activities, and idea to fit a wider program of study. This book also explains tips and strategies for beginners who are just learning to write other type of nonfiction. The book also have a plus, such as this book can develop children's writing skill, increase their confidence, create fun and relevant in assignment, and cultivate a wide range of decision-making and problem-solving skills can then be applied throughout the curriculum. But in this book, there are some vocabularies that are a little difficult to understand for beginners, but this can still be overcome. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching my video. See you on next video. Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.